So I've rigged up two aluminum 40s in a twin set configuration. I've been using these aluminum 40s to sort of simulate decos, demonstrate how to switch gas. I've also been using these 40s in side mount, mostly as a recreational rig. So I'm gonna give it a shot this weekend, see how I like using just aluminum 40s, a much lighter configuration, but having that redundancy factor. I'm gonna rig it up using my regular twin set backplate. I have two bladders I'm gonna test. The traditional 45 pound that I would normally use with my steel hundreds. I'm gonna try that. Now the steel 100s obviously are a much larger, much heavier setup than these double 40s. But I'm really gonna base my comparisons from an aluminum 80. I really want to see the pros and cons from just a single tank 80 versus the double 40s. Now my initial impressions is that the double 40s look a little bigger and bulkier versus the single 80. But in reality, this spec sheet really clears things up a bit. Now, overall, I would say weight and size, it is basically exactly the same. Now the one spec that I really focus on most is buoyancy at 500 PSI. And the double 40s are ever so slightly smaller than the actual single 80, but in all honesty, it is literally exactly the same. So I drove up to Long Beach and took a charter on Sundiver, and we headed out on a 3-tank tour of Catalina Island. So I did my initial descent and I really felt comfortable with these doubles on my back. And in essence, it truly felt balanced and well placed. Conducted my dive at depth and I really enjoyed having these double 40s on my back. My dive buddy had a aluminum 100, high pressure aluminum 100 on, and in regards for PSI during our dives, we pretty much matched our PSIs at the end of the dive. He ever so slightly had a little bit more than I did, but not enough to be a significant difference or bug someone who actually had a larger tank while diving. I enjoyed these double 40s, and more than likely I'm gonna keep them set up this way for a while. I really liked having the dual tanks on my back. Now, by no means am I recommending that you do a tech dive with these, but overall, if you want a double system that is lightweight and easy to handle, and in my opinion, probably ever so slightly easier to dive with than a single 80, then these double 40 setup is actually really, really cool. I had a couple people ask about the bands, and if you're interested in a set of bands for these tanks, you can easily purchase these on divegearexpress.com. So there you have it. I give these a thumbs up. Go for it if you're interested.